Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're doing the Big Box Breakdown. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and break down the two new Battleforces, and then also the Combat Patrols as well while we're at it. So we got a big release coming up this weekend, and these Battleforces tend to sell out relatively quickly. They tend to be some of the best deals Games Workshop offers, so I thought we'd take a look in advance, help people to make up their mind whether or not they should grab it up, and then we'll take a look at the Combat Patrols as well. Talk a little bit about the components in them, the discount, but obviously there's not nearly as pressing of an issue to pick one of those up as they'll now be part of the range. So that being said, let's jump right in. So first off, we had the Battleforce Stompa Boys. This is the new Orc Battleforce, and this box set has the brand new Big Mech model. So we're going to presume based on the other characters in the range that he's going to be priced at 40 bucks. Could be as high as like 45 or 50 with Games Workshop. Next we have the Stompa at $140. We have our truck for $55. We have our boy squad of 10 for $55. And then we also have our Luda/Burna Boyz, two squads of those at $38 a piece. So if we total all that up at Games Workshop's MSRP, that's going to come out to $366. And we know this is going to be priced at $210. So the savings of the MSRP of the actual box itself compared to what you would pay for the individual kits is $156. So pretty big savings here because that comes in at a 43% discount. So we know in general, Games Workshop likes to stick to like the 25 to like 35% discount. But sometimes we see like the big box discounts. And this is definitely one of the best discounts Games Workshop offers. 43% is far above like their typical go-to, as we'll see soon in the Combat Patrols. They've been sort of erring towards like lower discounts lately. So I gotta say that the Stompa Boys, this big box set is a phenomenal deal. Now that being said, if you were going to pick up this box set, but say you weren't after one or two of the units, it's still a good deal because the savings are so much. But realistically, buying a box set, if you don't like the models inside or you're not after those specific units, is not always the best idea. But in this case, the Battleforce Stompa Boys, the Codex coming out as well, we don't know exactly what's going to be good in the new edition. We know that there's new detachments, and likely you'll be able to run these units in one of those detachments and make them at least relatively good. But for the most part, if you're after just the models, or you're not worried about what's the most competitive, realistically, just getting a good deal is what's most important, as long as you're after the models inside. So at 43%, I gotta say, this is one of the best boxes Games Workshop offers, one of the best discounts, and I'll give this one an A. Alright, and then moving on, we have the new Combat Patrol Orks. So the previous Combat Patrol Orks was one of the best box sets Games Workshop offers as far as Combat Patrols, massive discount. So let's take a look at the new one. We know they've been sort of trending towards weaker boxes, less discounts, and in this case, that is definitely true. So this one comes with the Beast Boss on foot, $40 for him. Then we have 10 Beast Snagga Boys at 55 bucks, 10 more Beast Snagga Boys at 55 bucks, and then one squad of the Squighog Boys for $65. That's going to give us a total of $215 MSRP for those individual kits purchased on their own. Now, if we pick up the Combat Patrol in the United States, that comes out to $160. So you're saving about $55 over MSRP purchasing the box set versus the individual kits. So in this case, it's pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. If you don't want all these Beast Snagga Boys or you're not after every unit in this box set, it might not be worth picking up. Now, realistically, if you were going to pick up 3 of the 4 units in this box set, the other one is basically free anyway, so even if you're not that excited about it, it's still a free unit. So not a bad deal, but a total of $215 MSRP, $160 for the Combat Patrols. You're saving 55 bucks or 26%. So 26% is not bad. Anytime you get a discount on Games Workshop products, it's nice. And if you were to purchase the individual units or this box set from your regular retailer, you'd likely be able to get like a 15 to 20% discount depending on where you're at. But the reason we use the MSRP value to calculate it is because you'd be able to get that discount on the individual units or the box set. So realistically, we just use the constant of MSRP to do our calculations, and then you can figure out which one you're really after. So in this case, we know the Combat Patrol did get worse. It lost its big vehicle unit, the Def Cop does. And now it's themed towards the Beast Snagga Boys, which is definitely cool. They're newer models. It's newer part of the range. But the aesthetic isn't like the typical orc aesthetic, and I can understand how this one would be less desirable for many reasons. So with a 26% discount, it's still not a bad box, but it's not nearly as good. The discount is mediocre at best, so I'm going to give this one a C. And it is definitely a downgrade over the old Combat Patrol.
Now a quick message from today's sponsor. CMO Games has been selling Games Workshop products online for over 20 years. They carry the full line of Games Workshop products, including Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, Necromunda, Blood Bowl, paint tools, and more. Almost all Games Workshop products are priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games takes pre-orders for most Games Workshop products released at their earliest date possible. 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, they go live. Most of these pre-order products are also priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games offer free shipping in the US 48 with an order of $50 or more. Their customer service is top-notch and they ship most orders within 24 hours. Visit CMOGames.com using the affiliate link in the description and let them know that you heard about CMO Games from Warhammer Man. Now, back to the video.
All right, and then moving right along, we have the Battleforce Auric Champions for the Adeptus Custodes. So getting started with them, we have one Shield Captain. Now this is the new Shield Captain. Based on other characters like the Blade Champion, we're going to price him at 40 bucks. Again, it is possible Games Workshop releases him on his own closer to like 45 or potentially as high as 50, but I think 40 is the safe bet. We then have one squad of Wardens for $60, one squad of Praetors for $60, a second squad of Praetors for $60, and then two squads of Alaris Terminators at $60 each. So if we total all that up, it comes out to $340 MSRP. So if you're going to purchase all these kits on their own, it would be $340. But in this box set, you can get them all for $210. We know in the past that the Adeptus Custodes box sets sell out extremely fast. They are very popular, and anytime you get a good discount on them, people jump right on it. So in this case, you're saving $130 over purchasing these kits individually, and that is a 38% discount. Again, Games Workshop typically offering closer to like 25 to 35% discount. 38% is very, very good. And again, Games Workshop in the past has very rarely offered discounts on the Adeptus Custodes outside of like the big Battleforce boxes and of course the Combat Patrol. So this one is a very good deal, massive savings, nice percent discount. I'm going to give this one an A, and this is definitely a nice box that will sell out very quickly. All right, and then finally we had the Combat Patrol Adeptus Custodes. So first we have the Blade Champion for $40, and then we have our standard Custodes kit, $60 for that. We have the Wardens for $60, and then we have the Alaris Terminators for $60. Total of all those items comes out to $220. We know the Combat Patrols are priced at $160, so you're saving $60 over purchasing these individual kits. So you're basically buying the Blade Champion and two of the other units, and then getting the third one for free. So if we total all that up, it's going to come out to a 27% discount, which is right in line with what Games Workshop offers. Now, most of the new Combat Patrols have been a sort of downgrade. Some have been a massive downgrade over the previous box sets, but this one is interesting. The previous box set had two squads of the Sisters of Silence priced at $60 a piece, which is very expensive for like those scrawny little 5 models. They also don't cost a lot of points. And a lot of what made that box as many points as it was the fact that you could build either one of the jet bikes or one of the other Custodes as a character. Now in this case, you have a dedicated character in the Blade Champion. You also have options to build any one of the other kits with the character. So this one has the most points of any Combat Patrol in it. As a matter of fact, the Custodes Combat Patrol is so good and so many points that you actually don't get to use all the units inside it for Combat Patrol. And I think also the fact that this box comes with a dedicated character and then the option to build other characters, as well as the fact that they eliminated the Sisters of Silence from the box set, makes this one actually better. Even though it has slightly less MSRP value in it, in my opinion, the Sisters of Silence are completely overpriced at 5 for 60 bucks. So that sort of falsely inflated the value in the old box set compared to this one. So that being said, this one is a little more difficult to rate, but I'm going to go ahead and give the new Adeptus Custodes Combat Patrol a B. It's not the best savings, but it's definitely not bad. Composition-wise, it's a pretty nice box set. No repeat units and a dedicated character. And it's also the most points of any of the Combat Patrols. So I think a solid B score for this one is nice. The only thing I think that would make it better is if it had a better discount over MSRP, and that would easily move it up into the A category. But that being said, of all the Combat Patrols that we've seen come out, this is definitely up at the top of the list. So as we can see, and what we've seen in the past, the Battleforces are an absolutely phenomenal deal. Massive amounts of savings, nice unit compositions, and just overall great. If you're after any of these box sets, I would definitely snag them up, as they do tend to sell out very quickly, and you'll very rarely find a better deal. And obviously the Orc box set is a very good deal, but the Adeptus Custodes sell out very quickly. They are very, very popular. And picking up one of these Battleforce box sets along with either another box set, or in this case the Combat Patrol, can oftentimes give you the majority of a new army. They tend to sell out very quickly and are very popular. So if you're after any of these box sets, I wouldn't mess around. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to give us a like and subscribe. A lot of work goes into doing the math and breaking these down. Special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring the video. Check out the link in the description to save 15%. And keep in mind, these pre-orders will go live on Friday night or Saturday morning at midnight, and they offer a 15% discount on most Games Workshop products with free shipping inside the United States. So with popular items like this that sell out very quickly, you can lock one down in advance. Let me know what you're going to be picking up, what you're most excited about, if you agree or disagree on any of the points we made in this video. And that's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and that's our big box breakdown. And I'm out of here.